What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 33 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. Today is a special episode. I have my friend Logan on. Him and I became friends when we had to take a trip to college to Bali, and we kind of talk about a whole bunch of stuff. We talk about our trip to Bali, of course, COVID, kind of like how our lives are, content creation, and like we bounce from topic to topic to topic. It's actually like a hilarious podcast. However, though, if you do hear like a weird noise with his microphone, it only lasts about like 3 seconds, or you might like hear it like throughout the podcast. It's something that I had to work around. It's my first podcast with somebody else, so just sit back, relax. It's a good one, and don't forget to download and review the podcast. It means a lot. So sit back and welcome to episode 33 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. Can start it.
Oh, we can. I don't care.
I don't know. I'm like, welcome back to episode 33 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast.
And you will be surprised.
You want to know why I actually picked that name?
You said that in your last podcast, in your last one, right? Because then you can do whatever you want.
Well, that's part of it, but Brendan Schaub, you know who he is?
No. He sounds familiar, but I don't know who it is.
Do you know who Brian Callen is?
Yes.
So they have they had a podcast called The Fight and the Kid before Brian Callen got canceled.
Okay.
And they would always, because I became absolutely obsessed with that podcast during COVID, like the height of it.
Yep.
And their intro is always like, "You'd be surprised." So like that stuck with me, and I just switched it to "You Might Be Surprised" because I feel like I can talk about whatever the fuck I want.
I was worried when we first started doing this. I'm like, I keep looking at you. I'm like, it's not gonna catch my thing. Then I was like, I'm so fucking loud anyway, so it's gonna catch anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I have things to talk about, but why don't we tell people how we met?
Dude, introduce me. They don't even know who I am.
So
some random ass dude wearing a fucking flannel in your house.
Exactly who you are. So
in your fucking 4-foot basement. We're basically jerking each other off right now because we have no room, but whatever.
So this is the first episode of where I actually have somebody on as a guest. I've actually had 2 others on. I had a dude who's 20 who lives in New York, and we talked about competitive COD. And then I had a guy that I met called Joey Juice.
Yeah, I listened to that one.
Yeah, we met on a Twitter thread. So we did we did a Zoom podcast. So you're the official first one.
Hey, best looking for the first one, I guess. I don't know. It can't get any better than this.
Exactly. There's only one rule. We can't mention names.
Okay.
No names before.
I got it.
So, Logan and I didn't know each other. We went to the same school and didn't know each other until we decided to go on a trip to Bali.
Yeah. You know, I think it's crazy too because Carroll is like so small.
Mm-hmm.
So like so many people. Like I played soccer. Yeah. And like you were friends with football kids. So like I knew so many people and you knew so many people, but we didn't know each other at all. Yeah. And then we just took that random class, and there's this kid. He pulls up in his fucking 2-door Jeep, and I'm like, well, what a fucking douchebag. Just because I was mad 'cause I don't have a Jeep because like Jeeps are sick. But he's pulling up and we go to this campus that's fucking the size of my hand. The kid's driving to class every day. I'm walking like, why is this kid driving to class? And then we didn't even talk the whole basically the whole semester. Like we talked in class, but like we didn't like hang out or like anything like that until like we found out who our room assignments were. Yeah. And then we're like, oh, all the boys are staying together, and then we became friends. But it was like, I literally had no idea who you were, and I was like, who's the fuck is this kid walking?
Well, I had to force the 2 others to go on that because they wanted to go to Europe. I was
that's because that's where all the girls go, bro.
I was like, what? Yeah, but would you rather go to Europe and drink wine and eat overpriced Italian food, or go to Bali and swim all the time and hang out
and swallow all that salt water we swallowed and swim in the ocean with all the diapers and stuff?
Yeah,
so it was cool. But
so the reason why we had to go on this huge trip is because our college is stupid that we went to, and they force you to go overseas to get your damn degree. Whenever I figured that out, because I transferred, I was absolutely so mad. Because I had no idea that this was a thing. I was pissed off.
The funniest thing about that, too, is they go, oh, you have to do this trip. And all these trips are like $4,000. I'm like, dude, I can't even afford to go to this school, let alone pay for a $4,000 trip. And you have to pay for the trip ahead of time. So I'm sitting here like, all right, looks like I'm going to fucking sell below for the next 6 months to pay for this. No, but like, I'm like sitting here like, how am I going to pay for this? I didn't even know how to pay for it. And then like my grandma died like 6 years before that, and like we had all this paperwork of me getting money. I just never filled it out because I'm like, oh, I'll just do it whenever. Found out, I'm like, oh, it's exactly the amount I need, and I was like, perfect, I'll sign this paperwork, and literally got the check the week before we left.
Really?
I was sitting there like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to go. Like, I don't have the money to do this. Like, I'm gonna be so fucked. And they're like, well, we can put it on your Carol account, but then we're gonna charge 10% interest. I'm like, no, like, I already owe you like $50,000. I'm not gonna put more money on there. And yeah, that's one of the dumbest things. And like, one of my buddies, he stayed in the States. He like went to Chicago and like went to these like mosques, like these like Jewish and Islamic, like all these other like churches, I guess, whatever they call them. And his was still $1,000. And they literally just drove to Chicago, stayed in bunk beds for like 3 nights. And I was like, dude, that's just that's just another way to get you. And so we're paying for the class and the trip. It was so stupid. But we did get money back. We got like $1,000 back.
We did get, yeah, so that was kind of cool. How I was thinking about this. It was like, what stories can we tell that would be hilarious on the podcast? And I have a funny story, and it's also the #1 regret that I have throughout the whole trip.
All right, you start with that, and we'll bounce.
So to get to Bali, you have to take a 14-hour plane to North Korea, and then from North Korea to Ubud.
South Korea. We did not go to North Korea.
Oh, sorry. South Korea. I'm
that
sorry.
would have been bad.
So we landed in South Korea, and like before this, I was dating this girl, and we had a week before I was going on this trip, she was like, we need to take a break. And if a girl says you're taking a break,
it means she's fucking other guys.
so I still had hope that there was going to be like this connection still. And
I remember that now.
I turned off my phone for the plane ride. I don't know why. I didn't go on my phone at all. I watched the stupid like black and white movies they had.
Yep. And
I land. And I get a text saying, we're over. In South Korea. I get a text. I got broke up in a third world country. And the first thing I did was I grabbed you and the 2 other guys. And I was like, we're buying alcohol. And the only regret that I have from that was not buying a bigger thing. Because that hit so perfectly when we were there because we were so exhausted.
Yep.
And we finished the bottle in literally like 2 minutes.
And I forgot that happened actually until you just said that. Like I forgot that happened, and now I remember adding up to the trip like why we were all doing the things we were. But yeah, what did we even get? We got some shitty alcohol. I mean, it was like cheaper. I think it was like Bacardi. No,
it was definitely gin or something. Oh, it was the blue gin.
Yeah,
whatever that
you're
is.
right. And then we were told we weren't really supposed to be drinking in the first part of the trip because it was like more like community service stuff, and we're like, okay, whatever, like we're just painting for kids, so it's not like I have to be sober when I do that, but we did it. And I remember that one night I had when we were at Gumbal's house. Oh gosh, said his name. Whatever.
No one knows.
He's in freaking Bali. No one will find him. But when we were at his house, we were just sitting there, and all of a sudden his kid comes up to us and is like, you guys want some drinks? We're like, oh yeah, sure. And then they brought bottles. You remember that?
Yeah.
And we were just sitting in a circle with everyone just passing around like 5 different bottles, like finished all of them the next day. I was like, oh my God, it's like 120 degrees. I'm already dehydrated because I'm sitting in a bed with no air conditioning. I'm like, oh my God. Then we had to like swim the next day, and I think I died. I forgot that you had that happen. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. My favorite story was, so the first part of Bali was like community service. Second part was like all the cool stuff. So like we got to go to like the clubs, like we got to stay in this nice hotel, like all this stuff. And there was a night, so I turned 21 while we were in Bali.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We had like a little celebration kind of, but then the next day we were going to like the city. So I was like, oh, we're gonna get fucked up. And everyone was like everyone in the group, we had like 16 people, and they were all down just to go to the club. So we found this like random like hookah bar club, like literally like, I don't know, a mile from our place in Bali. And we're all just chilling there, having a good time. Like we went like 3 days in a row, I think, and we were just drinking. And these random dudes, I don't remember if they were American or if they're Balinesian.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
But they had this bottle of like Svedka, like this big like 175 bottle, like more than like 3/4 of it's still there. And the guy's just so drunk. He's like, I just bought this bottle. Like I can't do anymore. Like here you guys go, and just hands me and Chris a bottle. And we're literally like, okay. So we just start taking polls of it and finished it in like 10 minutes. And I just like on my feed, like every year when like the time of Bali comes up, there's just a picture and a video of you and me just like chugging it. And like the girls being like, oh my God. And like, we're just sitting there just chugging this bottle. Oh my God. That's my favorite memory because we were just like we were so fucked up. And I think we went hiking. That was the next day we went up that big ass volcano.
Yeah, that was terrible. We went 3 days in a row. No, what was also crazy about Bali is at the bar, it was buy one shot, get 12 free.
And there were these like little rainbow shots. Oh yeah, dude, that shit did me dirty.
Oh my, which surprised me. What really surprised me is like when you don't go to the, or like when you go to the city, how Americanized it was there.
Yeah,
that threw me off.
I loved how the ATMs like had like you know, you go to ATMs here unless you do like Quick Trip, and all the ATMs here are like $4 fucking fees. I'm like, oh, this just sucks. And you do it because you obviously need cash. But then when you go there, there's no fees. They're basically just handing you money for free. So I'm like, perfect. Like I pull out $100 like every day and it's nothing because you can buy everything you want for like $2.
Yeah.
Like we got so much stuff. Like I spent most of my money on alcohol just from drinking those 3 days. Like we didn't even spend that much. But then I was like, oh, I'll take out 100. Like, you know, I can afford $100. And we bought like so much. Like we bought. I remember me and one of the roommates bought those paintings. Did you get one of those canvases?
Yeah.
We bought so much stuff and we were just like, cool. But the whole time my body was just fucked up from all the hiking and drinking we did.
It was crazy there because that was the first time I felt like a big baller in my life. Because we were definitely the richest people.
You were throwing around fives and they're like, holy shit, this guy's rich. And now I'm like, wow, $5 cool.
Well, I think we had like, we took out like our spending money was only like $200, but $200 in their cash was like $1 million.
Yeah, I think it was like $1,000. It translated like crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Those are, dude. Shout out Wub. Only the real OGs will know. Only the real OGs will know.
Do you? I was thinking about the trip and stuff. Do you remember when we were sitting down for food and Wub was I don't know what was going on, but I said something. I think I said like, I don't know what I said, but you and I were getting food, and we laughed so hard that everyone was completely quiet, and we laughed for a solid 10 minutes straight. I don't know what I said, but I know that it was about Wub.
Yeah, it was like I remember it was like breakfast, and I think that was the night when we passed like the bottle in the circle, so we were kind of hungover too, and like the other two guys were just kind of trailing behind, and me and Chris were like always the first ones that get food because like we're fat for one. For two, food was good, and like if you didn't get it quick, like you were gonna miss out on like the best thing. So we sat down, and we were always at the middle, like the edge of the tables, because that's what we wanted to be. But somehow we got stuck in the middle that time, surrounded by all the girls, because there was 4 guys and like 16 girls. And I don't remember what you said, but you literally just like whispered something to me, and yeah, we were laughing, and everyone's like dropped their silverware and just like looked at us, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, you don't need to know. I don't even remember what it was, but we were dying. Yeah, they probably thought we were so stupid. They're like, these kids are fucking idiots.
Probably, but I mean, I don't really talk to anyone from that trip, to be honest, because like, also what's crazy, also fuck you. It's been fuck you. It's been almost 2 years, and this is the first time we've hung out since college, and it took doing a podcast to hang out.
Dude, I've been busy. No, but for real, I'm never here on the weekends and stuff like that. But like, that's even fair. In college, like when we got back the next year, like, you know, I still played soccer and we did all that stuff. So we'd hang out like when we would go drinking. But like, it's kind of hard to like get together. Like when you like you worked different times, I worked different times, and I lived in Waukesha. That was before we lived together. Like even though like we lived like 20 minutes away, like and like we didn't really have much. Like we could hang out, but like what we're gonna do is sit in my apartment and fucking finger each other's assholes. Like and like with COVID too, that's even made it worse because you can't even like since I live in downtown Milwaukee, you'd have been sick. Like we could have went downtown. You can't do that. So like,
yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
So I had notes on my phone, but God. I was gonna say, so how has life been treating you since COVID?
Bro, I love coronavirus. No,
coronavirus.
No, all these white moms or these Karens, as they call them, running around freaking out. I'm out here like, dude, if you just get coronavirus, if you get it and you get over it, you'll be good. If you have an underlying condition, you better not get it. But like, my life hasn't changed that much. I mean, like, obviously, like I'm staying in more, like I'm wearing masks, doing all that stuff. But like, I'm not like locking myself in my room or anything like that. Like I'm still going out to eat. Like we'll get food and like bring it back, or like, you know, all these restaurants have social distance requirements. So like if I just follow those, like whatever. Like downtown Milwaukee is like you can't like go out. Like when you go to bars like on weekends, you literally just sit at a booth. So like it's not even worth it. You might as well just drink at your house. Like we sit at our own bars, but like really it's the main change has been like work. Like I know you talked about that, like you come home, like you basically stay at home in your same room and do the same thing all day. So then you're like, fuck, like what time is it? And it's only like 4 o'clock and it's dark already. And you're like,
yeah,
dude, this sucks. But like, I mean, honestly, it hasn't been that bad. I'm excited for like the next few months, like starting a new job and like doing that stuff. Like it'll make it different. But I mean, like, I don't know, what have you been doing? Like it's just like, it's kind of just like the same stuff as college, except you can't go to the bars, you know?
Yeah, that's what sucks about not being able to go to the bars. Not because I love drinking, I love getting fucked up all the time. It was like social time, and like that's like most of the like that's how you be like if you're 12 and you're watching this. First of all, what the hell? Second of all, like you just like that's like your social time. Like I mean, granted you can play games with your guys and stuff, but like my love life is down the drain.
Oh yeah, that also sucks. Well, I mean, like I have a girlfriend and I had it before COVID, so it's been easy. And like I have roommates, so it's like that's probably the biggest difference. Is like my roommates and I, like we just get fucked up when we want to. Like it doesn't matter now. So like, and like since I work from home, I just wake up and like break the hangover just from working. But like, you know, it's a lot. Like you and I live two basically different lives. Like you live at home, like you probably don't leave this house like ever. So like I live with roommates, so like we'll go to the store together, like we'll play games together or like whatever. Like I'll go to my girlfriend's who lives in Madison. Like, so like I'm still getting out and doing stuff. So like I'm just like doing less, but like I'm sure yours is like you literally don't do anything besides sit here and make podcasts, try to make people laugh at your bad jokes and drink. Like
honestly, yeah. No, but like so like my day in the life is like I go to work. I work at 8 to 5. First of all,
oh yeah, you go in, don't you now?
Fucking sucks. Yeah, I've been going in. And then when I get home, I'm like, okay, I need to go to the gym because I've sat down the whole day. And going to the gym is a struggle. What's really nice though is I go to a really small gym, so like I don't have to wear a mask because there's literally I'm the only one in there every single time. And then after that, it's just like trying to be creative with these. You know how hard it is to do a solo podcast?
Dude, that's
when
why
you
I'm
have
like,
a stutter.
Dude, that's why I'm like, I'm like when Chris, I like ask Chris, I'm like, yo, like, do I need to come prepared with anything? And I was like, what am I gonna come prepared with? A fucking book of notes that we're not gonna follow anyway. So I'm like, it doesn't matter. But he's like, no, just like come, like it'll just be back and forth. I'm like, yeah, if we just start talking about something, it's not gonna be that big a deal. But there's no way I could just sit here, look at the camera, and be like, yeah, so my name's Chris. Welcome to the episode 13 of You Might Be Surprised podcast. Today we're gonna talk about the Sour Patch Kids at my fucking thing and the dildo that looks like his fucking. You know, like, what would you talk about? Like, I mean, you could follow a script so much, but like, you know, when we're talking, obviously it's way easier. But I'm like, there's like, I want to start a podcast, and then, you know, I've talked to you about it, and I've talked about it. And like, really, it's just that I'm just too lazy to start actually doing it. Like, I can do it, but like before with working and like I hated my job. I was like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of this job, and like I wanted to start something new. So I was like, I'm gonna need to do that first, and then like now like I can do it, and like now, dude, good old freaking government gave me $600. I can spend more money on stuff like this. But I was like, before I was like, I just don't want to do it. I'm like, I'll just go to Chris's and he'll cut it out for me. I can just sit there and talk, and then that'll be all I have to do.
Exactly. It's like it's a lot of work to figure out what you're gonna say. Because I was like, the podcast. Do you know Chris Dilly?
Yeah.
He was the reason why I started my podcast.
Wait, is he a rapist?
It's not proven.
Okay.
But if it is proven, he's a piece of shit.
Okay, so I don't follow Chris Dilly. I know who he is, right? Yeah. But like I watched You, like the show You, and when that came out, like all that shit happened, and I was like, oh, like obviously this is fake. And then it came out that like allegations are actually true. I was like, oh wait, was this actually fucking real? Like I was like, I don't know. It's like that makes sense though. Yeah. Dude, actors nowadays, though, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can do anything, and they just. Like, dude, Kanye and Jeffree Star, they say they're not fucking. They're definitely fucking. Good old Jeffrey's getting his way, bro.
I can't believe that. I hope that's not true, but also.
Dude, I hope it is.
Want it to be true.
Poor Kim.
Imagine being married to the hottest girl, arguably the hottest girl.
Okay.
And you're banging a dude.
Me and my girlfriend talked about this. Because we just saw Wonder Woman 84. Gal Gadot.
Terrible.
Dude, no, but Gal Gadot, 10 out of 10. Smoke show. Hottest girl in the world. Not the hottest, but she's good. Name your 3 celebrity crushes. They can be guys too. I know you swing, so.
Fuck. The girl from Marvel, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
It used to be Amber Heard, but she's a piece of shit.
I don't even know who that is. Oh, that's the one who beat up Johnny Depp. Yeah. Poor Johnny.
So Scarlett Johansson, the girl from the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, and the third one, like celebrity. I know she's a comedian. I love
that counts.
comedy and stuff. Whitney Cummings.
Okay, nice.
She's older, but she's a baddie.
All right, so any of you single girls that are celebrities like that, hit Chris up. He's single. He's ready to mingle.
Who's your 3?
Dude, Margot Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I forgot about Margot Robbie.
You just gotta watch that. I
forgot about Margot Robbie.
That movie.
I'd take out Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, you watch that movie and you're like, fuck. And then you see her in Suicide Squad and you're like, dude, this chick's bad as hell. She plays a nice girl and she plays a girl that'll rip out your throat. So you're like, fuck, she's got all these dimensions. Bam. Gal Gadot, it wasn't her, or Gadot, I don't know, you know, pronounce the last name. It wasn't you. Like, I didn't even think about her until seeing Wonder Woman again. And like, she's wearing this dress, like it cut like down so you can see her legs. And dude, for some reason, like her legs.
Photoshop though.
I don't care. Sexy. Good for Photoshop. I Photoshopped before. Not that good. Like, she's crazy good. And then, oh God, what was the other one? We were just talking about this a few days ago. Oh man, this is going to be hard. I'm into blondes, so it's hard to pick, but I would say I honestly think Captain Marvel before she like kind of cut her hair now recently. When Captain Marvel.
Oh,
I don't remember her name. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Before she cut it, I mean, she still is really good looking. But
Nissan.
Yeah,
she does the curse.
Yeah, she's nice. They all have great personalities. That's why I like them.
Well, she's a piece of shit. You do know that, right?
Great personality.
you know when they were filming Endgame, like everybody hated her. Like everybody.
All the good ones are like that.
That's fair. I'm just trying to find a girl that will break my heart.
They all
again.
Do. That's funny.
What were we talking about before that? Oh, talking to the camera.
Talking to the camera.
So yeah, I actually have to like write stuff, and if you listen to anything up until now, it's absolutely fucking terrible.
No,
I know it.
I listened to that one where you are like. I mean, I've listened to like most of yours, but like the one where you like talk about how you want to transition to like this year and like how you want to change like what you're doing.
Yeah, where I talked about my depression and stuff like that. Yeah,
I listened to that one, like the whole thing and stuff like that. But like, I mean, the podcast I want to do, I'm gonna call it What's Next. So everyone look out for that when I actually decide to get my lazy ass up and do it. But like, what I want to do is have like people like I have a few like really good friends and like old coworkers who like are now starting their own thing. Like you know, like I'll have you on like talking about podcasting or like whatever, and then like another friend who's creating shoes, another one who's running like a social media company, things like that. So like it'd be easy because I can bounce ideas off that, but also like with that type of podcast, and like you said, like with this one too, like you can just kind of do what you want, and that's what I want to do. Like, what's next? Like, oh shit, I'm 23 years old. What's next of a 23-year-old? Like, I gotta fucking buy a house. Like, screw that. No money saved. Gotta buy like a ring or something. No money saved. Like, you know how you're supposed to do that when you have 50K in debt? You're sitting here just like, oh, more debt, fun. But like, you know, stuff like that is obviously way easier. Like, I love the people who are like Call Her Daddy. I love that podcast. Like, that chick is just Alex. She's number 3. Alex Cooper.
Are you team?
Dude, team Alex. She's hot as fuck. And she's so funny. Like, the reason I like her, not even just because she's good looking, like funny, but like she went on the podcast with those stupid ass Sway brothers or whatever they are on TikTok. Like those fucking losers that like make TikTok dances and like somehow they have millions of dollars.
Sorry.
Yeah, those entrepreneurs. Yeah, they should go on Shark Tank. But she goes on there and like she was supposed to like rate them and she goes, well, actually you're all fucking ugly. And I was like, oh my god, that chick doesn't give a fuck. She's just roasting these kids.
Well, that's the coolest story of like blowing up because those two girls were absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Also, I've been trying to write a joke about this because I do like doing stand up even though I'm terrible at it. I've been trying to write a joke about how girls are slowly taking over the world.
Dude, they are.
Because
watch out.
Like you can't like if you look at OnlyFans.
I don't look at it, but I know people who have it, and they make bands.
Imagine you having the mindset being like, okay, I'm going to do this. That doesn't work.
Dude, I tell every girl that I know, I'm like, they're like, oh my God, like I need a better job. I'm like, get an OnlyFans. You can prey off all the losers who will pay $10 a month to see you post pictures in your bikini that you can just post on Instagram. Like, you don't even have to post naked pics. Like, why? Like, dude, if I had like shaved legs, I would just post leg pics. Like, fucking, no one would know. Like, and dude, I know this one girl, she's in the top, like, 5% of OnlyFans, and she sells bathwater to dudes for like $1,000, and it's like a bathwater like filled with like a Yeti. I'm like
we dude, live in a very crazy time. Do you think 2021 is gonna be better or worse than 2020?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the first January. What day is it today? Like the 9th, 8th, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So 2 days ago when all that stuff happened in the Capitol, I was like, oh, we're up and coming, 2021, and that stuff happened. I was like, I don't know, dude. I think the way that people are nowadays, like both sides, like both like mindsets, like nobody like can just like see past things. Like everyone just attacks everyone with everything, and it's just so unfortunate. But at the same time, like it's just gonna keep happening. I think it's just gonna be another shit show. Like we might be able to go out and do stuff. Like we might have less restrictions. Like we'll still have to wear masks and stuff. Like just the way people talk to each other now, and like it's not everyone obviously, but just like it's a decent amount. That's just so crazy. So I don't know. I think it's 2021 is gonna be crazy.
I think we're in a very transitional point in history and a transitional point in just like everyday life that I don't think that we're going back to normal, like quote unquote normal life. And that's just not for wearing masks. That's just for like, I think our politics are going to change. I think our schooling is going to change. Jobs are changing because people are like, why do I have to go into the office when we can do it at home? Also, funny take, buildings like the skyscrapers and stuff, there's no point of having those.
No. Why do they have them in the first place? Just to get them freaking hit by the Taliban? No, like what? Why they started building these tall ass buildings and like tell me why you had to do it? Because they said, oh, it saves more land. Like you can build up. You don't take as much land this way. Like, but I'm like, there's still so much land to be built on. So like you didn't need to do that. And now these are just targets to either break or for people to hit with planes.
Like. Well, not as stupid as that sounds. Like the what type of businesses? Skyscrapers. What the fuck's that called? Like the
construction.
Actual name. I guess it's construction. Yeah, like construction is gonna be going down too because.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna go. It's gonna continue to be a thing, but like everything's changing.
Well, and with all the companies changing from work from home, you got all these people that like they're leaving the offices, so then other people can downsize into their offices. So like skyscrapers and like good old Sears Tower. What do they need that for?
I don't know. Do you follow Joe Rogan at all?
I follow him, but like I don't follow like him like consistently. Like I listen to him when Elon Musk is on and shit like that. Like I listen to him, but like I'm not like a Joe Rogan like savior.
Yeah. So I barely listen to him, but I do follow him on Instagram. And the reason why I was asking about 2021 and your thoughts about that is because in the COVID bill that was just signed, if you did not know this, in 180 days, so this was like, I think it was like January 1st he posted this, we get to know about aliens.
I did know that, bro. Area 51 or whatever they call it, it's opening up. We're going to storm it like they stormed the U.S. Capitol building, and we're going to find all the cool stuff. We should actually find it. We'd be like, yo, let's just break in.
Do you think if we found out that they've just been sitting here, does that change like life even more? Or is everyone just like, okay,
no,
cool.
I'm sitting next to an alien right now. He's just sitting here talking about this, and he actually is an alien. He's just gonna like rip off his mask like freaking Men in Black style shit. No, I mean, if there is aliens here, like that's fucked. Like my mind would be blown. Like if they're like, there's no way they're. I'm not gonna say that. There's no way because there definitely is ways. But like that would just be crazy. The fact that like we've been living basically alive for however long. If aliens live here, that'd be nuts. They definitely could, but now you're blowing my mind. Cause like they could live here, but I feel like there is aliens. Like I believe in like aliens and shit, but like I think like not even in this like solar system. Cause I feel like with all the Elon Musk like SpaceX, with all the travel we've been doing, like we would see something. We haven't been seeing enough. Like I feel like they're in different like solar systems. Because the space is so big.
Have you ever like just been like sitting in your room and like think about that we are on a gigantic rock hurling through space at 1,000,000 miles per hour?
Fucked. Yeah.
And literally everything that we do means absolutely fucking nothing.
Like this podcast.
It literally it means nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Dude, now I feel like we're like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. We gotta like spark a joint and make Tesla's stock drop by like 4,000. And
well, why do you think I started a podcast? I'm trying to do DMT with
Joe
Rogan. Oh, no. I don't know. 2021 is gonna be crazy. So we talked about Bali.
Yup. We can talk more about Bali shit.
Yeah, we can.
So many memories.
There's like, I feel like, see, that's the thing. Like, I've never.
Oh, bro, let's talk about college. So we went to Bali.
I did want to. Yes, this was actually something.
Yeah, you started. Yeah, you started.
So I have this argument that people don't like, and my parents hate whenever I say it. I didn't learn shit.
I don't want to say anything because I don't want our teachers to feel bad. But
I don't give. Okay, for employer-based stuff.
Okay, what did you not learn though? Like for me, like college wasn't about school. Like they say, oh, like you learn all this stuff about whatever, blah blah. No, like they taught me in marketing class. We fucking watched Shark Tank. What is that going to teach me? You're like, we learned like how to like run a shoe company, like which is like fine, but you don't run like when you start, like when you're in businesses, you don't run the whole thing unless you're an entrepreneur. It's like you don't learn that. I get what you're saying. Like I didn't learn anything like school-wise that like I didn't know. Like it just sharpened my abilities. Mm-hmm. But more like what I learned, like the reason like I would say like I want my kids to go to college or people should go to college is like it just teaches you about yourself.
Yes.
Like, you know, like when I went in like to college, I thought I was a way different person than I am now. Like, I mean, ask like people from my high school. Like, I have like friends who like weren't as much as my friends, or like people that like I don't like talk to a lot of people from my hometown just because like I'm so far away now. But you know, girls like they would be like, oh, you like I thought you were a lot different in high school because I hung out with kids who were like, you know, my friends who played sports, but like we weren't alike, like personality wise. Like they were obviously like I didn't drink until I was 18, until I was in college. Like I just played soccer, and like if you got called, like you were basically kicked off the team. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. But like all my friends did, so people thought I was like that too. So then like after like when I went back my freshman year of college, like back to home and like started hanging out with the people, they're like, oh, I thought you were way different. I'm like, no, like I'm just I've always been like this. Like it's just less heightened now because like I'm in college and like. Obviously, like, I don't hang out with them much. Like, college doesn't teach you anything really about, like, unless you're, like, a fucking doctor and, like, cutting people's brains open. Yes. If you're in businesses or, like, even psychology, like, all those BS majors, like, you don't learn, like, you learn how to function, but, like, they're teaching you, like, fucking, what was that class we had to take where you, like, CMP, right? Where you went, like, you learn, like, this everything program system.
Forgot.
And, like, you never have to do that in any company. And if anything, like, you learn, like, JavaScript in companies and, like, we don't. Yeah. I mean, they have classes like that, but you don't do like and like, I mean, it was cool to learn like graphic design classes or our GRC like that. I learned stuff in that because like you learn how to like make stuff, how to like make it easier. But like history of graphic design, I don't give a fuck about that. One, why did I ever care about who made this thing? Two, I don't need to know who made that thing. Three, no one's gonna come up to me and be like, oh, who is the first person to make this vector? I don't fucking know. I don't care. I just need to know how to use it. Like. Yeah. That was the dumbest. Like that was you and I. That was back after we came back from Bali, and then like so Chris and I, like we said, we didn't know each other barely. We came back from Bali, and somehow we had every single fucking class together. Like the dude just decides to follow me around the GRC building. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I'm trying to graduate early, and Chris is like, what did you get for B? And I'm like, bro, relax, and like we're helping each other out, and like we're sitting here doing these classes, and like I said, we didn't know each other, but then we're like both sitting here like. Dude, these classes are such a drag. And I would text him like a day before the project. And like I usually got my stuff done like early-ish. And I'd be like, yo, Chris, like what what'd you do for here? He goes, oh yeah, I forgot what to do. I'm starting it now. I'm like, bro, this thing took me like 8 hours. What do you mean you're starting it now? Like you're gonna be sitting here all night. He goes, no, I'll be fine. Was that you who your final project like didn't upload or something and like you didn't have it so you had to like spitball?
No. I got all my stuff done on time. What I didn't do is I didn't double check spell check.
Oh,
so
that's right.
I would always go up like I spelled Captain America. I spelled Captain wrong, and I go up here. It was a dope piece.
Yeah, it was nice.
I spelled Captain like. I don't even know how I spelled
O-N.
it. I don't know how I spelled it.
C-A-P-T-I-O-N or something. And I'm just laughing, and he looks at me, and then the teacher goes, yeah, just remember spell check next time. And every single time he did a project, there was always something wrong. I'm like, Chris, bro, send these to me so I can review them. Like, you're getting like 15 points off for no fucking reason just because you're spelling. Like, literally spell check on Adobe, you just click a button, and then it says spell check.
I never learned that.
Yeah, he just didn't do it.
I didn't learn that.
Nah, so we got taught that for sure. You just didn't ever look.
Probably. I didn't know that there was spell check. But yeah, I don't... Unless you're going to college to be like a doctor or a nurse or I could argue police officer, but like you don't have to know anything.
No, because even police officers you just learn that in academy. Like
like
I'm sure like we have friends who went to school for like criminal justice. Like I'm sure what they learn like helps them, but it's not like nearly like the academy is what teaches everything. So like
and I feel like everything's about experience. Like my parents are always like, why don't you go get your master's degree? And I'm like, I don't think that going like 40,000 more in debt would actually help me.
That's why you got to get a sugar mama that's the 1% of OnlyFans because she can pay for your school or some shit.
The 1% of OnlyFans, or I did a whole podcast saying how I want a girl that has a lake house. That's all I want. Like as long as she has a lake house, I think I'm fine.
My girlfriend has a lake house. I'll tell her to get her sister to hit you up.
Please.
Just kidding. She's taken, so you have to wait.
Depression. But yeah, so we can go back to talk about Bali. I feel it. See, this is the thing though. I always feel like I'm talking way too fast. And with podcasts, you have to like.
All I do is talk fast. I'm like, blah, blah, blah,
same. But like with podcasts, you have to like draw out the thing and like you have to get that ASMR and shit like that.
I don't even know what that means.
ASMR.
People always talk about ASMR. I'm like,
it's just where you whisper into a mic or you like scratch the mic. You're like, does this sound good?
Hello. This is my voice. Follow it and sleep. Dude, you cut that out. Chris is gonna cut that out. He's gonna send it to everyone, and that's what you fall asleep to. Just put it on like the repeat. Like you remember like those things like back in the day. Like I think we're like I don't know like 15 and that pizza time came out and there's like a loop that plays for like an hour. Just replay that, guys. I got you. Hit me up for any of your voiceover needs.
Oh my gosh, this is why. This is also why I love podcasting compared to vlog. We can talk about content stuff.
Dude, yeah, let's do that.
Because I know you really like content creation. I was actually creating a vlog.
Yeah, I watched the one of you with your Jeep and your phone cap on. I was like, dude, this kid's an idiot. Just gonna fucking use you literally have a fucking gorilla or what are they called? Like the Joby pods, and you literally just have to twist that up and on your mirror. And Chris is like holding on this thing and just keeps falling. Like, I'm like, dude, this kid's an idiot. He literally has all the equipment. He's not even using it.
Yeah, it's just like, but that's the reason why I like podcasting is because podcasting is literally whatever the fuck you want to talk about, and also it's on more platforms than YouTube. This podcast is on 20 platforms.
Okay, name the platforms right now.
Amazon, Spotify, Apple, Deezers. First of all don't even know
what is that? It's like Brazzers, but like
no, it's like any place that you can get a podcast, it's on it.
Oh, okay.
Also, that's a pain in the ass. That's something that you have to figure out on your own. So whenever you're starting a podcast, you actually have to get the there's websites called directories, and there's something called an RSS feed, and you take that and you can it's boring stuff, but it goes on there. But content creation, I was filming the vlog and I was gonna film you getting here, but I didn't want to put a camera in your face, and also I suck at vlogging.
Could have done it. I could have just filmed on my iPhone 10.
Yeah, there you go. No, but content creation. Are you vlogging? Are you doing anything?
No.
What camera do you have?
Canon 80D. Shout out to Canon.
I thought you got a Sony.
Nah, I'm poor, bro.
I thought you sold it and got yourself a Sony.
No, I'm trying to sell it, but I haven't sold it.
On your Snapchat story, you had like this like rig.
No, that was my dad. So my dad. Okay, listen to this. So my he's a video game nerd. I love my dad, but this dude just buys gear and he just has like everything you need. Like, he's like has all the podcast equipment. He has like gaming stuff. Like he has everything. Like he built his own computers. Like Chris has. Like he has all this stuff. And I'm going like home like 6 months ago, like middle of COVID, and my dad's like, "Yeah, I just got some new stuff." And I go downstairs and it's like a whole rig of like all this nice podcast stuff, like the newest, like the Sony A7R3, like a new drone. I'm like, Dad, what do you need a drone for flying in your fucking house? Like you're sitting here doing like video game reviews. Like you don't need a drone. Like what is this for? Like you're gonna do some cinematic shots of the outside of her fucking twin home? Like I don't know. Like what do you need? But he has all this nice stuff. So like that was that. I still have the Canon. I want to sell it just because for one, like it's heavy. So like my biggest thing with content creation recently is that like, you know, I like doing like outdoor stuff. Like my thing I'm good at is like photo, like outdoor photography. So like landscapes, stuff like that. Or like I love doing like the city of Milwaukee now. Like I have some good stuff that just haven't been able to like edit. But like my two biggest bugaboos, Canon cameras, nice, but they're heavy as fuck. So that's why Sonys are like taking over now.
That's what that is.
Yeah, Sonys you can camera with one hand, you can vlog easier, whatever. Canon's like I'm holding it basically with my whole fucking body, like carrying it up. And then the other thing is like, I love taking pictures, but I hate going through them and editing them. Like, I like cutting, like editing them, like one or two. But when I have like 150 photos of like a shoot, I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to edit this. Like, I want to have to cut out the sky, make it better. I don't want to do this. Someone's like, no. And I'll just go on Visco and like fix it quick and post it that way.
I've been trying to make my workflow simpler because like so Sundays are my podcasting days where I sit down at the computer and edit my whole podcast and export it and all that shit. And I'm sitting at my computer for 9 hours. It takes me 9 hours to get it because I also create the clips. I create the clips beforehand, and I post them like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just so I have that. And I'm in love with gear, as you can probably fucking tell.
Yeah, you're addicted to buying random ass technology.
But here's the thing, that doesn't make you good. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah.
Because you can have, I was like, oh, once I get this nice camera, my podcast will be better. And granted, they are. I'm recording this bitch in 4K.
Yep.
But it's like what you create outweighs the gear that you have. Yep. And that was the hardest thing for me to wrap my head around.
I just want to say shout out to the Los Angeles Rams. They're holding the lead right now. I have money line. Big gambler. Need this win. Need it to help stimulate my other stimulus check.
No. So, do you want to start a vlog, or do you like what do you? I mean, like you said, you want to start a podcast, but like,
I think more podcasting will go to vlog. Like since like my roommate just got this nice new fucking couch. It's like one of those ones where you press a button, they all recline.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be nice. I just moved my futon into my room, so like that'll be a place that I can sit and like vlog and stuff like that. I think I'll just do like a podcast like vlog, kind of like this. But like I don't vlogging to me now. Like I don't do anything. Like to vlog about, hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, like in college is different because like you could like vlog going to class. Like I played soccer. Like you could vlog like like that, like lacing up for games or like even fucking walking and taking off the bus, things like that. But like now, like what I'm gonna vlog, me going pouring a bowl of cereal and sitting back down. It's like that's the hardest part. Like I don't.
You're thinking about it way too much. Think about all the vlogs that you've watched,
dude. But that's my thing though. They are stupid. That's why I don't watch them. Like okay, like I don't know if you like him, David Dobrik. What do you think about him?
I was obsessed with his content, but also it's the most easiest thing to create, and if he didn't have his surrounding cast, he would be nothing.
See, that's my thing. All these girls are like, oh my god, David Dobrik. I'm like, this dude looks like a normal ass dude. Like he's like looks like a fucking normal guy you're gonna find at the Salty Toad on a Friday night in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Like this dude's not this good looking. Like he's a fine looking dude, and he just creates random ass videos. Why do people like it? And like obviously they just like it because they watch random shit. But like nowadays you literally don't have to have any good content and people watch it. But that's what pisses me off. I don't want to create content that just like stale like that people watch but it's like has no meaning. Like so many people like they're famous for nothing. Like those TikTokers like Addison Ray, shout out to you, but like you just fucking dance. Like it's cool that you can dance and you got moves, but like. And well, okay, Addison Rae's different. She can fucking sing. She's cool. But like some of those other like I said, the Sway House, like they're literally just famous for having ugly ass hair and dancing. And like they don't dance. They just go like.
I don't
know.
It's
like these dude. They're like these random. Like my roommate. This is what I know because my roommate watches TikToks, and then my girlfriend's roommate, she like loves TikTok, so she's always on it. We were talking about these kids yesterday because the guy I watch on YouTube, his name's Bradley Martin.
Yep.
He's a fitness guy. Love me some Bradley Martin. He's a juicer, bro. I love him. He's so funny.
He's good.
Him and the Nelk Bros, but they don't film together anymore, which sucks.
Lawsuit.
Yeah,
that's why.
But so I was watching Bradley Martin, and he had one of the Sway, like it's like a house of TikTokers, and they're all like 19 years old, and they TikTok. I'm like, dude, these guys don't even dance. Yeah, they just like throw up their hands like this, and that's their TikTok, and they make millions of dollars. It's just fucked. That's what I don't like.
That's the sad thing about creating content is how great it looks. But if you're not like a Logan Paul or a David or any of these TikTok girls that shake their ass, you're not making anything.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I have it in my head that it's the only thing I should be doing. It's like what I don't know why I like it. I enjoy it. But also, the more you put yourself out there, no matter if you're pouring a bowl of cereal, people will find it. And I'm doing it like for future jobs, for future anything. And also, it got me because I had this big thing of like no one gives a fuck about me. And
they don't.
they
Besides France, obviously. Shout out to France, to the listeners, bro. They're coming in clutch right now.
Exactly. But putting this out there and putting it on like my social media and stuff got me outside of that mindset. So like I kind of see it as like growing to and getting outside my comfort zone.
Well, you also have more like fun like activities. Like you play guitar, so like you can just do shit like that too. Like
I haven't touched that.
But you still have them. Like you got these guitars, so you can easily do some random stuff like that too. But I mean, content nowadays is just so diluted. That's why like I don't even watch, like I watch YouTube and like I'll watch it, but like I used to like me and Chris, like we became friends because we both like content and like we were both wanting to do stuff, and like it all started because of Bali. Like, you know, I think I was the one who kind of like you were into it, but like you didn't do as much of it. And then when we went to Bali, I was trying to do a lot of it, and then you're like, oh shit, like, yeah too, like I want to do that too. So then you started doing even more of it, and then like obviously you surpassed me now because like I just don't do it. But like that was when it's all started, bro. You might be fucking surprised. You know, I still owe the Bali gang of like a 6-minute video of all the shit that I did in Bali, and it's literally just sitting in my like G drive, and like I got some homies that are always hitting me like they don't talk to me any, like they don't hit me up anymore, but like every like week after Bali for like 3 years, like, so where's the video? I'm like, shut up. It's like, I don't know, I just don't want to do it.
Well, actually, I have a hard drive sitting somewhere that I've had since like junior year of high school, and I have videos. I've tried doing YouTube.
You told me that, yeah.
Hundreds of times where I had this series in my head. I don't know what I called it, but pretty much what I did was I filmed B-roll of me going out and taking photos, and I took the photos, and then I filmed my screen and edited them. I called it like the creative life or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna pop off.
The creative life of Chris.
It never did. Like, I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Chris's creations.
Yeah, but also sometimes I think about it. I'm 24. I'm still living at home.
Yeah, now you're the guy who just sits in his parents' basement talking to his screen. You're like,
yeah,
dude. I mean, people like that. I was like, like Peter McKinnon, bro. Like, he started in. I mean, this dude, like, I've watched him since he's been like kind of big now. But like, I watched like look back at some of his old videos like a long time ago. And dude started in like this random.
Fact about him.
Yeah, he started in this like random ass closet, and now he's huge. And like, I mean, you start wherever. Started from the bottom, now you're here. Just do something Drake.
I have a trend, like how much I've watched content. I was one of his first like 20,000 subscribers.
That's sick, yeah.
Because that's when, cause he's only been doing things for about 3 years. So that was about kind of the time where we were getting like before Bali.
I was top 10K, just saying.
Top 10K.
Weird flex, but
yeah, probably. But no, but I also have, so like, do you know anything about like gaming clans and things like that?
Like FaZe?
Yeah, FaZe and stuff. I was like their first like 30,000.
That's cool.
Who's
your favorite FaZe member?
I fucking hate FaZe now.
Dude, FaZe Banks, he's so funny.
FaZe Banks
the FaZe
is good,
house.
But also, where's the like that's the reason why I gravitate towards content creation so much, is because it's 10% skill, 90% luck.
Well, the funniest thing about content creation too is like everyone likes something different. So like I don't know, I don't know who's listening, but like the Nelk Boys, check them out if you haven't. But they're like a comedy podcast, right? And they just do dumb shit, but it's so funny. And like you've watched them and stuff like that. And I just think like they're just so funny. They're stupid. Like they just do stupid stuff. Like one of them is like drinking and driving with the police, and they have like NA, so like a non-alcoholic like bush, and they're driving around like going to the cops like, hey, like where should we go? And they're like drinking. They're like, you can't drink that. And like it's just like things like that. But I think it's just the funniest stuff. And then my roommate, he's like a little bit more serious than I am. Like kind of like he like is into fitness and like doesn't do like the same type of stuff. But he like. We turned it on, like, bro, listen to this. It's so funny. And he's like, dude, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I was like, oh, like, he's like, don't ever play this again. I'm like, so, like, you literally can do like, so many people like so many different things. So, like, that's why content creation is cool. Like, you can do whatever. Mm-hmm. Chris is out here finishing his drink. So now he just wants to keep his glass. He poured his water into his glass and from his Yeti instead of just drinking from his Yeti like a normal person.
You also have to know that everything that you do on camera looks 100% cooler than what it is. That's why there's lights and everything else.
So I'm just going to reach down and grab my Yeti with a straw, and Chris is telling me that my straw looks cool, I guess.
It does. I mean, yeah, I have so many Yetis because I refuse to use plastic now. I'm all about the environment. Just kidding.
The ice caps are melting.
Yeah, true. But also, this glass looks dope as fuck.
Where'd you get it, TJ Maxx?
Amazon.
So you paid like $15 for an Amazon, dude. You're making Jeff Bezos rich.
Uh-huh. Honestly,
wow.
I don't care because it's convenient.
Chris says that, and then he's gonna try to like go to Best Buy in like 5 weeks, and there's gonna be no Best Buy, and he's gonna have to buy everything online.
That's how I got this mic. It came here in 2 days. We weren't gonna be able to do the podcast.
Yeah, Chris was sitting here. I'm like, yo, I'll come on your podcast. Like, I got a week off of work. Like, let's do this. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I only have one mic. I'm like, well, I have one. Like, I don't know if it'll work, but like, I don't use it. So like, it should be fine. He's like, no, I'll just buy one. I was like, okay. And then he goes, texting me like the day, like today's Saturday. And he goes, yeah, like it's on its way. I'm like, what do you mean? It wasn't even shit. Like it was shit, but it was like in wherever. I'm like, bro, it's not going to get here. And somehow it got here in like 6 hours. But I was like, dude, there's no way it's going to work.
Well, I look at it as an investment. That's why like I'm still paying off that camera. That camera's fucking expensive.
Put it on the credit card. Free money. Credit cards are free money. Don't let anyone tell you different.
But pretty much, I actually have the Amazon credit card, so I get points for this. So that's why I got it. I'm a terrible host. What? Oh, did you have something that you wanted to?
Bro, I don't know. We can spitball whatever. Best thing about podcasts, you can just cut it. You can just cut my whole thing out. So this is gonna be a 2-person podcast, and Chris is just gonna be like, "Nah, whatever Fletcher said sucked." He's just gonna cut me out. I'm just gonna be sitting here like,
it's just gonna be my part.
Yeah, it's gonna be you talking to yourself, and everyone's gonna be like, "Why the fuck's this loser sitting there not talking?"
No, and that's pretty much like my single. Like I like go on these like tangents, and then just sit here. I'm like, fuck. I do like that type of stuff. I go, oh yeah, ASMR. We can go back. So, the solo podcast and Chris Dilly, because I never finished that.
Dude, rapist.
Whatever he is, but he
obviously there is a rapist in Lincoln Park. Have you seen that video? That thing was like, you've never seen that? Dude, look it up right now and just play it. Like, play the music for.
What's it called?
Just clip it in. Just type like rapist in Lincoln Park. It's literally a video from 2012, and it's like this dude like on drugs. He's like, obviously there is a rapist.
Oh,
in
this?
Yeah,
yes,
dude.
I've seen
dude,
this.
Cut that into the video. It'd be so funny.
Okay,
just play the clip for him.
A strange man in bed with her. The woman screamed. Her brother rushed in to help and tried to fight the offender off. That break-in happened early this morning in the 500 block of Webster.
Yeah, I know this.
Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here. That's
all you need. Hide your husband because they raping everyone up in here. That's Chris, bro. That's Chris D'Elia.
That's Chris D'Elia. I did have something in my notebook. I actually left it out there where I wrote down everything.
No, just go get it.
No. Have you heard of Airbnb COVID parties?
No, that sounds stupid, but what is it?
So, actually, if you had an Airbnb, I was looking this up. If you had an Airbnb, if you were renting on there, it actually skyrocketed in 2020. And you're probably like, whoa, people aren't traveling, so why did it go up? Because...
Like prices? Or like people staying?
People staying,
okay,
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Because people were renting them out to party. Because they couldn't go to the bars.
That's actually funny. We should do that. We should just... Dude, Chris's house, huge. It's COVID place now. Hit him up.
No. I'm actually planning a bachelor party. So I'm going to have...
Oh, I forgot about that. You're in that wedding. So Chris... I'm on my way here. Like, I live in Milwaukee. For everyone who doesn't know. Chris lives in Sussex, which is like... They say it's a suburb. It's not a suburb.
Let's just tell her.
It's like,
where we live.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter. Who cares? They can hit me up. I'm downtown Milwaukee. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, I'm just driving my ass here. I'm driving, and he like when he first moved out, he lived in a apartment, and I'm driving these like big ass neighbors. I'm like, dude, there's no apartments here. I pulled to this fucking mansion house. I'm like, dude, what is this? But fun fact, I go, Chris, I'm here. He goes, no, you're not. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not? There's some dude standing outside. I thought it was Chris. No, Chris told me the wrong fucking house. He didn't tell me the wrong house. He sent me the address, and when I typed it in, it sent me some house like 5 minutes away, so not a big deal. But I'm like, send me your address. Sends me my address, and then like I found it. But I was like, dude, like, I was like I got on my car, was about to say what's up to this random ass dude. He's smoking a cigarette out there. I'm like,
I guess
I didn't know you were. I'm like, Chris is having a rough 2021 already, man. Like it's wild out here.
No, I don't know. I've actually been like, I don't drink at all. Besides, I mean, as I just drink, but like
I don't drink at all. Drinks.
No, but besides, the only time I drink is when I do a podcast.
Well, because you're not gonna sit here and drink in your bed, then you're an alcoholic.
Well, there was a couple times.
Well, that happens.
Well, me and my friends we play COD, and we just turned into.
Do you play on the
computer?
PC? Yeah. Nice.
PC gaming life.
I was like, there's no TV in here, so I don't know what you do. So.
I always sit in this chair up and look at the computer, and
So I'm sitting in Chris's jerk off chair. Nice.
No, that's the bed. That's the bed. I don't know how long we've been. I wish I had a timer.
Probably.
We've been going for 55 minutes. Does it feel like it's been 55?
No. How long do you usually go?
They're only half an hour, but
like, how long do you film? Do you like just film with whatever and then just cut, or like what?
Yeah, I'll probably just keep this going because it's a podcast and who cares? You can say whatever you want.
ASMR. Listen to the sound of my voice. For everyone who doesn't know, Chris got this new mic right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely a dildo. with a mic connected, so don't let him fool you. That's what it actually is.
I don't know if I like it.
He likes it. He'll like it later tonight at least.
All I'm saying is, you, first the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Dude, they say they want it bigger. They're lying. Doesn't even go in that far. It doesn't matter.
So, we talked about the vacation rentals nightclub, Airbnb. That was some. So these were notes that we're gonna do for my solo one, but you decided to come on. So there's that. We talked about the Capitol building. We could talk about this, and then we'll go into some questions, and then we'll be done. I have a strange addiction, kind of.
Oh God.
Do you know what Dogecoin is?
Yes, I do know what it is. You told me about this even before.
No. This is something I just recently found out about.
No, you texted me about this. It's like Bitcoin kind of, right?
I could have sent you a Snapchat or something like that. So Dogecoin right now. Let me actually put up Robinhood. If you guys want to join Robinhood,
dude,
my link's down below. You can get free stock. Don't do it.
You'll get made fun of. They always say, oh my God, the stock market's down, and then they just say, wait for 10 o'clock. That's when all the millennials that are on Robinhood come in anyway. And then all of a sudden, bam, stock market goes up. It's because all these unemployed kids are sitting here on their phone saying, oh, let me trade Tesla today. And then they made Elon Musk the richest person in the world.
Well, actually, I'll show you. So a goal for me was to play the stock market this year. And
dude, I made 5K off Peloton. Shut up, Peloton.
Like the bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. So I refuse to invest in big.
Yeah, like
companies.
expensive stuff like Apple and stuff.
I want to invest in penny stocks and like put a shit ton in.
So it's Jordan Belfort,
exactly,
but not the
yes.
Quaaludes.
So I was up $28. And I didn't sell because I was like, oh, tomorrow it'll go up even more.
No, you gotta sell.
So yeah, but
if it makes you feel any better, I bought Tesla before the split. I bought it at like, I don't know, like it was like 300, and then it went up to like 1,000. I was like, oh yeah, good time to sell. So I made like good money, but then it went up again, then it split again, and went up again, and then split again and went up. So like I could have made like I think I did the math a few days ago. I missed out on like $10,000. Like
so.
That's what you get for saying no to Elon Musk, man. He'll just fuck you over.
So do you know what Dogecoin is?
No.
Do you know the meme with the dog that
looks
like this?
Yeah.
It's based off of that.
That's what I have heard that. It's actually one of the best cryptocurrencies right now.
It has the most potential because look at how much it is. Right now it is currently 0.0. Oh, holy, it's actually gone up. So it's 0.01. So it's not even a penny yet.
Yeah.
I have 10,000 shares. So which
how much money is that?
I put in $87.
Oh, that's nice.
So cryptocurrencies are the thing of the future in my opinion. So if this goes to a penny, I'm getting $1,000.
Do you actually think cryptocurrencies are the future?
Yes, because we don't have enough gold to back up the cash that we have
this is why this is my Debbie Downer standpoint on it, is that with how the government is going to be restructured in the next 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, whatever years, is they're all cash based. Mm-hmm. So there's no way they're going to let someone like, I think Bitcoin and, like cryptocurrencies are going to go up, but there's no way that's going to take over. It might be the way of the future in like 60, 80, 100 years, but there's no way in our lifetime that they're just going to be able to get rid of cash and gold that fast because of how much the government uses it.
It's already out. And
dude, they just will print more.
You can print it, but in my opinion, I do not think that there's enough gold to back how much we have out there right now.
But why do you need gold?
Gold's what backs our currency, my guy.
You don't need it.
So we just need the paper.
They'll do
printing it.
In this economy, they'll just take people's golds from their house.
That's what they've been doing. That's
why
they'll
do it more.
You're telling me that there's trillions of dollars, our debt. There's enough gold to back our debt.
They can just wash it away. They're an American government. They'll say, "Yo, China, what's up?"
Yo, China, and China would be like, "Here's a nuke. We thought we could kill you with COVID."
Yeah. But dude, Donald Trump, what an idiot. The China virus, literally, he just tweets. Good thing they cut him out. That guy.
How do you feel about that? About big tech censoring? I mean, granted, the dude's an idiot, but I do not.
I think no, they shouldn't have censored. Like, they shouldn't be able to censor anybody, no matter what you're tweeting or whatever, because, like, I mean, I think Second Amendment, but also like.
Is that the First Amendment? Second Amendment's the right to bear arms. I thought.
Cut that. Maybe he's right. No, but like, for real, like if this dude like just didn't tweet or like didn't every president has like press secretary or like public relations, like dude, Donald Trump was just like, see ya, I don't need you, and use that money to instead of paying them to go golfing or some shit. But like all he had to do was not tweet, and like it would have saved so much heartache. And this dude just tweeting. He's an idiot.
I have a theory that he, since Governor Newsom in California is catching all that slack for being a truffle pig.
A what?
A truffle pig.
The fuck is that?
I had just heard Andrew Schultz shout. Andrew Schultz is merch. I just heard him say it. So
all right, that's my new word. That's Chris's new word of the year, truffle pig.
So I just said, but there's a theory going around that he's gonna become the new governor of California.
Dude, it's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type shit.
It could happen, but also I just feel like he needs to go in hiding. But yeah.
Dogecoin. Oh yeah, tell me, dude. We just go on rambles. Yep.
And like I said, so I currently have 10,000 shares, but there's people that have like $10,000 worth of shares of this. If it goes up to $1, they're making millions of dollars. If this goes up to $100, I make $1 million.
Yeah, but look how much it's at right now. It has to skyrocket like crazy. Well, it keeps dropping more and more by a second.
Think about Bitcoin though. That was literally nothing, and that's currently at
like 38,000 or something, I think, or maybe higher.
$40,704.
Yeah, don't have that much money.
Imagine buying it back in like 2005 when it was nothing.
Well, imagine any of those stocks. Like you buy Apple in the 1990s, 2000s, it's up 3,000%. Like, dude, dude, that's not even like you being rich.
For like millions.
No, that's what I'm saying though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about stocks, but also I've lost $40 this week.
That's your, what'd you say?
It's something that I've been addicted to. I'm just like,
that's your strange addiction.
Like, can I get this?
I thought Chris was gonna be like, my strange addiction is like washing my feet or some weird shit. I'm like, okay.
I wash my feet on the podcast. Actually, it's a segment.
He's gonna bubble bath time with Chris, and he's just gonna start dipping his toes in water.
It could happen. But I have questions for you.
All right, shoot. The last 5 minutes of the pod, questions.
Unless you have
question time.
Anything else you want to go over?
No, shoot.
How's your first podcast experience?
I mean, he's sucking on a dildo, so good. Nah, we chilling. We out here chilling. I listen to Chris's podcast every once in a while, and I was listening to the last one like a day ago. I was like, oh, I'll prepare by listening, and it's just Chris mumbling like, I was like, well, as long as I do that, I think I'll fit in just fine.
I've almost hit 500 downloads.
Nice. That's another thing. So when you get like a podcast, if I just listen to that, does that count as a download, or do I actually have to like download it?
You don't know if somebody, I could have 10,000 listens. And I would have no idea.
Oh, so I need to start downloading yours. I just listen. I never download. Like I have other friends who podcast. I don't download. I just listen.
Yeah.
So I need to start downloading. Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking I'm like, shit, I need to support my homies out here. Yeah. I have a friend who just started a podcast about relationship advice, and it's 2 girls, so they're just talking about that. And one's like in a relationship, she's been in one, and one's like, I don't know her, but she's like, she was single for a while, and then she's like newly in a relationship. So they're talking like about the differences in that. So it's like funny, like listening to them like talk about that random shit. I'm like,
it is very.
It's fun. It's actually fun listening to people that talk, because like you can relate with them like kind of like what they're talking about. Like people who went to Bali, like they'll know like what we were talking about. Like they'll know like whatever. Like they'll know us, so they'll know like they're gonna know where we're coming from. Or people from Carroll, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm fucking 100K in debt too. Like shout out to the Pio Nation, like shit like that. So like it's a little easier when it's people like that.
So,
are these rapid fire questions? Should I just be quick or what?
They can be, or they're not. It's actually from an app called Poddex.
Okay. Yeah. You told me about that.
Shout Poddex. Did you set goals at the beginning of this year?
No, I don't believe in them.
You don't believe in goals?
No.
I think they're the whole depression podcast that you listened to was like, you set goals, but you never ever achieve them. But if you actually look at the stuff that you achieved, they're actually probably greater than
I think setting goals like people who are like, I'm gonna set goals and like they stick to them, good for you. What I don't like about it is I feel like it pigeonholes you. Mm-hmm. I don't set goals because like I'll have like I have goals of like, you know, like I want to have a house within 5 years, like things like that, like just like lofty like things you like long-term goals. But I don't set goals every year just because like I never like fully get them. Like last year my goal was to start a podcast. I didn't start one. And do I care that I didn't? No, like I'm going to do it at some point if I want to. And if I don't, it's just because I obviously didn't want to do it enough. I just don't believe in it because people who set goals, they pigeonhole themselves and then they're like, oh shit, I have to do this. And I'm like, if I don't, like, I don't want something to be a burden. I just want to do it because I want to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you read?
No. I've been doing it. So I'm like always like, yeah, I'll read. And then I'll read like half a book in like a day and a half.
Yep.
And then it just sits there for like 6 months. Like I've been reading this like one, like the American Assassin, that movie. Have you seen that?
No.
So it's like with the guy from Maze Runner.
Oh yeah.
So there's a book series on it, and the third book looks sick. It's like kind of about like how people like took over the government, and then like this like CIA crew is gonna like go back in and like try to like get the infiltration out. Mm-hmm. So like shit, I have to read the first two. I've been on the first book for like 6 months. I'm just like sitting there like every day I'll read like 5 pages, and then like I'm like I don't want to read anymore. Like you said, I'm more of like a YouTube guy. Like I love watching movies. Like I've seen every movie you can think of.
I don't like watching movies. Let me tell you why. I like the experience of going to a theater.
Well, I do too. I agree with that.
But also, it's just like I'd rather watch a TV show over.
Yeah, but I feel like I've seen everyone's like, oh, there's new shows. I swear to God, I've seen every Netflix show.
Fuck Netflix. It's terrible.
Well, what are you watching?
HBO Max.
Okay,
Westworld.
Dude, I'm poor. I can't afford that.
I got it with my phone.
Dude, Chris is out here living at his parents' house, saving the $800 I pay for Ronnie, just flexing all his other stuff.
I actually my bill. I pay for everything. Like nothing that my parents I pay for everything.
Even rent.
Well, not rent.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides rent, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what. But
that's
like
a basic expense.
The job that I have now, I could not. I mean, I could afford, but I'd be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. New jobs.
Let me find a good one.
I'll ask you one.
All right.
What do you think is your next step in life? Like for you to feel like you're like that you're stepping up in life or like getting accomplished more. Like for me, like I just got a new job and like it's like a even more big boy job. Like it's a big pay increase, like big new like responsibilities. Like I'm managing some people. Like I'm like, oh shit, like I'm gonna have to move to Madison. So I'm like, oh, this is like my next step. Like
are you moving in with your girl?
Yeah, like we'll probably maybe we don't know for sure yet, but like I'm assuming like when my lease ends, we'll figure that out and go from there. But like, what do you think? Like for one, what do you think your next step is gonna be, and like what do you want it to be? Like like at the end of the day, when you sit down, like what do you want to be in front of you for you to know that like, oh shit, I took the next step.
This has been something I want to talk about on the podcast for a while, but I don't, just because I don't want my employers to know that I'm trying to search for a new job. But also, who the fuck's gonna listen an hour in to figure out that I'm trying to find a new job? So I want to move across the country. Are you from a small town?
Yeah, like 9,000 people. Like
yeah,
less
mine's
than
like 7,000. I have this thing of like I need to escape that. And granted, we live in Milwaukee now, and we've kind of escaped.
You don't live
in
Milwaukee. He doesn't live in Milwaukee.
You live in Milwaukee, but like
he lives like 40 minutes away. Doesn't count.
I need to move out.
Yeah.
But also like I need to find a job that can support like what I want. I have a lot of wants. I really need to, but the thing is,
you want to know what'll help you get those wants? If you sell me your Jeep for cheap. That's what I've been hearing, guys.
No. It's, actually buying that Jeep put me more in debt. Like it sounded like such a good idea, and it's just like, but Texas or Arizona, are the two places I want to go, and I want to find a new job, and also like I'm gonna continue doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And slowly growing this, that's an achievement for me. Getting to that 500 downloads is like an achievement for me. It'd be cool to turn this into something more than what it is. That's something I'm
How do you make money podcasting?
Ads. So
like I know like a lot of people like you know, Color Daddy, like we talked about earlier, like they just do like merch. So I'm like, do you like create your own merch? But like
so the money in content creation and the money in podcasting is not actually from doing that. You gain an audience, and if you're smart, like your ad revenue is probably like 10%.
Yeah,
if
so it's smart, like a YouTube
you create
too.
a business around that. Like you start selling merch. I don't want to sell merch though.
Dude, merch is kind of sick though.
It is sick.
Back in, do you remember where you?
I was actually gonna make you a shirt. I did.
Dude, I would have worn it. Just like write it down right here. Right? Just write it down.
It's just saying you might be surprised, but that was gonna be like first because you're the first.
Dude, make it for me and I'll wear it every day.
I will, because my mom has like a Cricut.
Oh, those rings are sick.
Yeah, so she was gonna make one, but she wasn't here today, and I forgot about it. So, and I didn't know what shirt
Chris still needs
were.
his mom to fucking
yeah,
great shirts.
That's what she does. You know. All right, last question. Let me find one.
Oh God.
Would you rather never use toilet paper again, or wear wrinkled clothes for the rest of your life?
I would never use toilet paper again.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
Big same. Because there's bidets.
Well, how do you think about that? You and I both we both like clothes. Yeah. And like, even like right now, like I put this in the wash and like, it's not even wrinkled, but like, it's like bent in right here. It's pissing me off. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I was like, dude, I look like a scrub. They're going to think I'm a fucking homeless kid from Milwaukee. Like, I live under a bridge down by the river eating government cheese. That's what they're going to think I'm fucking doing.
Well, no one knew where I lived until now.
Bro, you can just wipe your butt with your hand and wash it. They make soap nowadays. If COVID can't get me, wiping my ass with my hand can't get me.
Oh, I think that's where we should end the podcast. I'm gonna go out that room, and you can say whatever you want to the camera.
Oh God, I don't think I have nothing to say.
You can promote yourself. You can say bark.
Dude, why are you leaving? Just sitting here.
Or yeah, I'll just go like behind the camera, so it's not there. Like I'm actually going outside, and no, I'm not. But yeah. Okay.
Follow me on Instagram at Logan Fletcher _7. Hit me up, or don't. I also don't care. I just need some new followers. You know, I've been stagnant at under 1,000 for quite some time. Listen to my podcast when it comes out. I'll tell Chris all about it, and he'll share with you guys. Hope you guys like the podcast. But for now, you might be surprised.